letzte Mal, als wir die Tschüss gesagt haben, war das in der Nähe von Mount Gambier. Wir haben mit ihm halt öfter schon mal E-Mails geschrieben oder bei WhatsApp. Aber richtig gesehen haben wir ihn das letzte Mal in Australien. Und jetzt endlich hier, nach 3,5 Jahren, treffen wir ihn endlich wieder. Natürlich freue ich mich.
There you go, bro. Long time no see. Long time no see. I'm glad to be here. Finally.
Oh, me too.
Finally. I met Marike and Pascal back in Australia at Alistair's farm at the vineyard when we were grape picking. After the first day of meeting them at the farm, I invited them back to the pub because they were staying there anyways, and I said, we'll go out and have a couple of beers. You know, I figured Germans, they love beers, why not? We'll get them down there and have a couple of beers, and they didn't say no, so we went down the pub. I threw a couple of $100 on the bar, which I think blew their minds a little bit, but we became really good friends after that, which was kind of nice. And then after that, I invited them to actually stay at my house. So it's cheaper for them, cost them nothing to live there other than food and stuff like that, and they were very thankful for that. And I was quite happy to have someone living with me.
Just check out all this stuff. It's still all the stuff from back from 3 years, like everything. And this is where we watched after the German-Australian family. And this was also the pub.
Yeah, the pub.
And this is Regina. This is our friend from South Germany.
Yeah.
That we also met in Australia.
I'm surprised that you got a photo that close to the Kookaburra.
It was in Nimbin.
In Nimbin?
Yeah. We went in Nimbin, yeah. So we got to the family and looked after the family.
So afterwards, the Hallsgap and
we and afterwards we did like this Great Ocean Road trip.
Yeah.
And then we met Alistair.
Yeah. They wanted to go to Ayers Rock. Offered them to drive my ute up to Ayers Rock, and at first they were like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, that's too nice. But I was like, no, it's fine. Take the fucking ute. You know, I trust you. Just have fun. You know, they couldn't thank me enough, and that was all well and good. So I put Marike down on the on my insurance paperwork just in case anything, God forbid, should have went wrong. And everything was sweet. The insurance company took that, and they were happy with that, and off they went. I just sat around at home waiting for them to come back. It's so freaking peaceful here. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
It's so quiet.
It's like suburban here. It's not in the main city like I told you.
A lot of things he'd rather not mention right now, just before he says goodnight.
Check out the And this is the Roland. And he's the patron. He has like a sword and a shield. That's basically. Like every roof is basically.
I'm surprised people aren't trying to steal the copper off the roofs.
Yeah, they did.
So many old buildings here, which is just stuff we don't have in Australia, you know. It was very, very eye-opening that a lot of these buildings were around since the 1500s, 1600s, even before the wars. So it was very, very interesting to see all these buildings still intact. And it was kind of nice to take a few photos and to really get a feel for the places around Bremen and a lot of the buildings around Bremen.
Hey, yeah.
You're sounding like that, exactly like that when we first met you. Remember that? You're living in that small town.
My job's truck driver. I deliver bread for Tip Top. We start nice and early in the mornings, which is kind of annoying, but the money's not too bad. Sort of messes the body clock a little bit, but you get used to it after a while.
Those packets.
So for 4 ice creams?
Yeah, for 4 ice creams, $2.40.
That'd be $10.
$10?
Or more.
It's 4 times the price.
Well, on my normal job, I make $23 an hour. And that depends on the day. On Saturdays, I can make up to, Saturdays and Sundays, make up to $32, $40 an hour. 59 cents?
Yeah, 59 cents. It's an expensive brand.
Yeah, the prices of food is just what I'm getting fat. I started getting fat here. That's how good the fucking thing is here. That's how good the prices are. Oh, my God, I love that. For an example, bourbon, which is might as well be Jim Beam. $3.99 here, nearly $40 in Australia. So that's 10 times the price. My favourite thing in Germany is definitely got to be the low beer prices. Unless you've been to Australia, you just got no idea how much we pay for beer. And here it's like 99 cents a stubby, if that. If that.
Go, stop!
Ein Schluck und das ist weg. Tschüss.
Flunky Ball. I am bringing this shit back to Australia. Flunky Ball is a fucking wicked game.
Die Beine haben mehr getroffen als wir alle zusammen.
The girls hit more than we did all.
Bottle in the middle. Your team, their team, ball. Hit the fucking bottle in the middle. When you do that, fucking chug. Get that shit down. The faster you finish, the quicker you win. Happy days, right? We ended up having the neighbours come down and they joined in. So we had our team v their team. And guess who won it in the fucking end? Leroy. Leroy won the game. Was it the Bob's Feeder? So we've gone out there and we've started walking around, and me and Heimke were doing a lot of chatting. I guess I got to know Heimke on a more personal level, and she sort of filled me in quite a bit on what was, the family history and things like that. So I told her a bit about my family history and things like that as well. That walk around there was quite a nice thing. There's so much green in Germany during this time of the year. It's such a thing. You can't really explain it because you never really see that sort of thing in Australia, because it's so fucking hot in Australia. So the trees are different. Everything's different. It's just such a lush place. It's a very, very nice place just to chill out. Pascal explained quite a few things to me about the port there and the ferries that go across, and also the gigantic fucking whale jaw that's there, which was a very interesting thing to see. And also they got the big ass compass, which sort of gives you directions of different bloody places and how far away they are from that point, which I thought was pretty cool. Next party, Marike's party at Stadtgarten down at Fairhouse. I kind of like this pub. It's got that little rustic feel to it.
Come to Australia, you might accidentally get killed. Your life's constantly under threat. Have you been?
That was the time when Pascal told me how to order a pint. Pascal's like, right, say this. Ein großes Bier bitte. Or Beck's bitte. I'm sitting there going, ein großes, I couldn't get it. Could not get it at the start. Just could not get it. Now, she's not too bad. They understand what I'm saying. But that whole night we were sitting there drinking, everyone's smoking away, having a great old time. I was dying in the smoke, everyone was happy. You can still smoke in Germany in bars. There you go. You can't do that in Australia anymore. But that was a bloody good night. So we travelled down to Berlin. First place we went to after we took off from the hostel was the East Side Gallery, which is where the Berlin Wall and everything was, which was actually a very, very interesting place to go and see. But to actually see it in person is quite a I guess, a humbling thing because of how much shit went on there between, you know, East and West Germany. So it was very, very interesting to see when you actually put it in that perspective, that still part of that history is preserved there. So we drove to the Holocaust Memorial, which was an interesting thing because it was pretty much just concrete pillars of all varying heights in one big square, you know, showing that it was for all the Jews that were killed by Hitler. But no, yeah, it was pretty cool to walk through and sort of get a feel for the thing. It was a pretty dark area, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. It was a rather dark area. So we left the hostel, we've gone for a little walk around the corner and we come across the Prater Beer Garden, which was the oldest beer garden in Berlin. And it was a very big beer garden. Everything seems to be really big in Berlin. If you ever go to Berlin, Burger World, it's a place to go. Straight across from the beer garden, hand in hand. I mean, that could not have been positioned any fucking better, even if you tried. Beer garden, Burger World, happy days. Got Tomo's place, Tomo and Heimke's place. All right, he showed me his barbecue.
Ja, das ist natürlich ein obergeiler Grill, ne? Ich meine, das muss man jetzt einfach mal so sehen.
Was not impressed. It was tiny. But I tell you what, for a tiny barbecue, he fucking punched the meat out pretty damn quick. And it was fucking tasty too. I love the chicken. So it was a barbecue weekend actually, so we come back to Pascal Marike's place and straight away I met Reggie and Wolfgang. Very, very lovely people, and I was very, very happy that they allowed me to stay in their house.
200 Wurst gewegt da, oder meine Finger, je nachdem wie man das sehen will.
Thüringer bratwurst.
Okay.
And the small one coming soon, a Nürnberger. And the small red one are horse sausages.
Ah, horse sausages.
Yes, horse.
Take that, Australia, 8 horse. I loved it though, it was pretty damn tasty. But we had currywurst, we had horse, we had bloody pig, we had, oh God, there's just about every sausage you could imagine, we ate it. But I've tried so many different things. They were brutchen with bloody salamis and stuff like that. All these different meats and stuff. There's a lot of meats here. But out of all of them, the favourite was the currywurst. Absolutely favourite, currywurst. Originally, when I told about mud walking, I wasn't overly excited about it. I was like, I've seen plenty of tides in my time, didn't think that much of it. But Pascal's mum, Reggie, she was very, very excited about it, and so was Laura, and I'm just like, it really can't be that exciting, it's just a tide. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot when we got there, but when we went there, I was actually blown away by how far the tide actually went back, because it went back a fucking long way. It's probably over 3 kilometres.
Like this one. Oh, it's a bit muddy over here.
let them judge us first.
It's a photo.
No, is it?
Already? You cheeky bastards.
There's a memory right there.
I'll miss you, you fat bastard.
Journey has been pretty damn good. It's hard to put into words really what you experience when you come to a different country, I suppose, when you've lived your entire life in another country. Or the flora and fauna here has just blown my mind because there's so much of it, so much green. It's been such a good thing to see from a country boy's perspective, I suppose, from Australia. So that's been really good. People, I've made a lot of good friends here. All Pascal and Marike's friends, you know, I'm going to miss those people. It's getting to see the people again that you made relationships with back in the day is going to be the bit for me that is probably the bit I'm going to miss the most. I'll probably come back over to Germany now because I've had such a bloody good time here. Well, where do we even start on that one? I'm Australian. Natural born shit cunt.